Grand National Championships.
Hello. You're listening to Grand National Championships on the internet. My name is Alistair. Joining me tonight are co-hosts Jotham Fady,
Hey.
Jared McLeod,
Hello.
and Corin Atchison.
Hello.
Corin, were you disheartened by the way that
Come
Jotham
on.
almost spoke but didn't?
He's muted.
He's
I'm muted. I'm muted.
I heard him.
Man.
Oh, he was talking back then. Oh, okay. I thought he was just about to
That's
talk.
so disappointing. In Corin's defense, it was a weak high.
Why does Corin have to be defended?
He's a lawyer, right? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, lawyers need to be defended. We're a vulnerable population.
I got you, bud.
Thank you.
Protected class, you are not. As an attorney.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for explaining it.
We are joined. You might notice the number of names I've said so far does not correspond to the number of squares on the screen. That's because we have a guest with us right from the jump. Because there's such a good friend. It's Billy Mays 3, friend of the show. He's been here before. He's returned.
Hello. Thank you.
You may know him as
Welcome.
Infinite Third. You may call him Billy. There was that line from that kind of awful Bob Dylan song. You may call me Bobby, you may call me Zimmy. Or his name, Robert Zimmerman.
But most people call me Jim.
Oof, Bob
From
Dylan.
The Three Amigos. Nobody.
I think I don't know the Three Amigos well enough to
I've never
Say anything from it.
to quote
Oh.
it. Yeah. I've seen it
Well,
a time or two.
I'm sure some of the listeners at home have seen it.
Billy, it may seem like we're being rude to you.
No, trust me, I'm having a surreal, out of body experience
Oh, this is good.
because I listen every week, but only audio. So I'm really
wow.
thrown off right now. I've never watched one of the YouTube videos.
Oh wow,
Me
that's
neither.
Yeah,
that would have
I'm
given
kinda
you
tripping out right
a
now.
real clue as to what was going to be going on. But I'm going to go around to each of the co-hosts here, and we'll talk about what's been going on lately. Billy, feel free to chime in during this period before we get to you. If anything catches your ear, let us know about it.
All right.
Jotham, Jotham was having some kind of crisis about not knowing what's going on. So Corin,
I know what's going on.
Right. Corin, could you tell us? When there's a guest here, I get all disconcerted. If you have anything to impart to us during the show, you can call during the show. Our phone number is 727-379-4335 if you want to leave us a voicemail. Email us at thegncshow.com. Follow us on social media at the GNC Show, and visit grandnationalchampionships.com, thegncshow.com, for lots of other show-related information. And dovetailing into that, Corin, if you don't mind waiting, we do have at least an email to share. It was a follow-up from Aaron Atchison, who's your brother.
Yeah, he is. Confirmed.
Aaron wanted to follow up after his call that kind of talked about the time that we had that intervention about his mustache, and he thought it was because he was doing a lot of cocaine, but we didn't know how much cocaine he was doing at the time. But he's clean and sober now, and he's been on the straight and narrow. But he did want to say just a few quick things while my cut man patches me up. That's right, because there was also a loud bell that rung in the background in the middle of his call that he didn't make any reference to. Number 1, fruit pectin is only good for THC tests. Check out the Amazon reviews for Certo liquid pectin. Thank you. Number 2,
Wow.
He did say / look like it's Pat. And that was what the person said about him when he was doxxed by that alt-right person. that he looks like. What version of It's Pat? It's like It's Pat. strung out on meth or something like that. I feel like there was another.
But with a mustache.
Oh, okay. Strung out on mustache.
Yeah.
Number 3, Aaron says, I would never call doing cocaine getting high. That's too scary, he says.
It's too scary.
Too casual. Getting high. Number 4, of course, I know now that you guys would never intervention me for real on the radio, but that cocaine brain, baby. Okay, that's the bell. Kisses and hugs. Thanks very much, Aaron. Good follow-up
Always
information.
a pleasure.
I don't.
Someday I'll talk to you in real life too. This is the only way we correspond.
Oh, we did have a few YouTube comments too. We got a message from Mara Kaiser saying Cascatelli looks like tripe, and that's like the like the stomach lining stuff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Intestines?
Is it intestines? I thought it was more like kind of like the netted
Is it stomach
fat
lining?
that,
Yeah, I think it's
comes
like
from
stomach
stomach
I'm
lining.
gonna fact check this.
Oh, by the way, Jotham, be careful with your phone. I noticed a couple weeks ago, whenever you were looking at a video on your phone, it caused a lot of weird interference on your audio.
Really?
I noticed that as well.
Thank you. Wow. All right, bud.
Have I been doing this a lot? All right, so tripe is
Yes.
the first or second stomach of a cow or other ruminant used as food.
Second stomach.
Ruminant.
Because they got 4 stomachs.
Stomach's to
So what's the
spare.
third stomach called?
Okay.
It doesn't say.
All right. We got.
It should be called tripe because
It's
of the
tri.
TRI. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Also,
really
the
missed out.
informal definition is nonsense or rubbish. You talk a lot of tripe sometimes.
Oh, those are fighting
That's
words.
the example they used.
Okay. There's a YouTube comment from TWatt75.
Yes.
Who says, yes, I believe this was after a show in which we discussed the California condor infestation at a person's house. I believe something along the lines of 10% of the world's condor population
Showed
had
up. Yeah.
converged on the
Yes.
backyard of this family. Spray a 4-foot tall bird with water and see how quick it kicks your ass. Speaking of Harvey Birdman, I just rewatched Frisky Dingo. Really funny, and it's basically the origin of the show Archer. Oh, now we know. The origin. The foundation for almost all the Archer characters is there in some form. Turkey legs are pretty good, but the tendons are bullshit. We went in deep on that, and I swear to God, I said "rurger" in my head 2 seconds before Jotham said it out loud, like I willed it.
Oh, yeah, right. 2 seconds after.
And then said, if you guys need another guitar player, holla at your boy, fully vaxxed and ready for tracks. And I said he was welcome as long as he tunes up that BC Rich Warlock. We all know the shape of the BC Rich Warlock.
Oh yeah.
God,
I
didn't mean to bring the room down.
Slipknot.
You say Slipknot?
I think that was one of the guitars that one of the people in Slipknot used.
Oh, okay. I always pictured the guitarist for Danzig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Sepultura.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Max Cavalera has like a signature BC Ridge.
Yeah.
That'd be a good. What would your ideal endorse? Oh, we've already talked about this, but what about specifically a guitar endorsement? What shape would you want? Do you think you can get a Les Paul endorsement, Billy?
You asking me?
I'm asking the room.
I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Jared,
I
do you
don't
think
know.
you can get a flying V?
I want one that looks like a balalaika, like with the big triangle. You know what I'm
I
talking
think you
about?
should.
Balalaika.
The Dan
I think you should
Electro
stay on-
Jared McLeod model. big triangular hollow body.
Stay on brand, man. See if you can get a ribs-shaped guitar.
Can
I think
can
Prince
I get a
Midnight-
Prince Midnight.
I think Prince
Can I get
Midnight made a
Prince Midnight
rib-shaped guitar.
sponsorship? Do you think?
Oh yeah, that would
He's
kind of be
probably-
biting his style. Yeah, I don't like that.
He's probably in the lab right now. He's doing a McRib.
No, but the thing is, like his is like it's a human torso, for lack of a better term. But yours could just be like a slab of ribs with meat on them and sauce and whatnot, or dry rub. I
Yeah.
respect your
Amplify that.
your choice.
24 fret, 24 rib.
Are you saying you're saying the ribs would be spaced by the rule of
Yes.
17,
Yeah. So you got the ebonies and the ivories.
just like a good guitar does?
Even better, a ribs keytar.
Ribs guitar.
Yes.
There's
Even
precedent
now
for
we're
that,
talking.
isn't there like a Monster Mash thing that there was like a keytar with skulls on it?
I
or
think
something?
we're getting too much into the bone portion. These are going to be edible ribs.
Yeah, stick with the meat.
Edible and
You can-
playable
okay,
ribs.
yeah.
And you can eat it after each show.
Oh yeah,
good.
like
After
the
each
way
show.
Pete
You can eat
Townsend
it
would,
during the
would
show.
smash
you
a
can, but
guitar.
less keys.
a meatar.
There it is.
Scene.
We had a message from, oh boy, Showman's Rest. Says, so no open tryouts for the band? Question mark. I've been bleaching my plectrums and justly intonating my Chapman stick the entire pandemic. Keep
great.
it right. Keep it together. To quote a shared influence, I'm a patient boy. I wait. Because the dream is within you, no one can take it away. A quote from Tom Clancy says.
Chapman stick, huh?
Well, yeah, and I asked, in response, I asked if this was Tony Levin. Tony, we have a strict 1 in, 1 out policy. Tony Levin, a famous practitioner of the Chapman stick. And then they answered with like a bunch of like prog rock references.
You should show him to Jared. He'll get it.
Nah,
Maybe we could see if Jotham's tooth prism could get on the bill too.
Oh, that's not bad.
Wow.
That's yeah.
I feel like, Billy, are you understanding all these references?
I am.
This is
And it's
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I was like,
First
I
time's
was
ever
hoping
happened.
this would be the case that I'd just be sitting here. I'm kind of getting into this trance of like, this is how I listen to you. So I'm in my head when I'm listening. Sometimes I wish that I could chime in, and then, that's it.
Now you can
And
do it.
Much like I actually had a T-Watt moment recently. You guys were talking about Pavarotti. And
Oh, yeah.
right when that conversation started, I was thinking of that scene in Mr. Deeds
Oh.
where the dude gets like thrown into the table in the fight, and he makes that like operatic sound.
Yeah.
And you said it like 90 seconds later, and I was like, oh my God.
Maybe I'm
When I hear
already on the show.
Pavarotti, when I hear Pavarotti, I think of that Joe Walsh song where he's talking about his Maserati, and in my head I'm like, my Pavarotti.
I
Life's
think of
been
that
good.
Bloodhound Gang song where he's like, Luciano Pavarotti on a treadmill, not going nowhere, slim chance we will. You know that song?
I don't know that one.
It was the one where like at the beginning, Pac-Man's about to eat some drugs or something. You remember that?
It's the
It was a
one
famous
where
Bloodhound
Pac-Man's
Gang.
about to eat some drugs. No.
Maybe that's the bridge. I don't know. There's like this weird voice that says like he's Pac-Man and he's about to like eat a bunch of drugs.
I only heard the big hits.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think this
two.
was like the
Same.
second hit, maybe the third hit.
I may have been out by then.
Yeah,
We did have, and one other comment on our last full episode that we put out, Juggle Jam, from Tina Losh.
Oh, I know this person.
What'd you say?
I know this person.
Okay. It just says "crack me up," which is like an imperative sentence. So I guess that's our directive for this episode.
Mandate.
dance.
Do you remember that period where people would really regularly they would say "fuck me up," like, but they do it like, hey, where's the best place to buy Advil? Fuck me up. It's like hit me with all those DMs about the best place to buy ribs. They would
Like,
use it
fuck
very
my shit
up.
very casually. Would you
There's a
say?
subreddit called "Fuck My Shit Up" that's like
Yeah.
people
Oh,
with weird
haircuts.
haircuts.
Yeah. I feel like I found that almost the same day as just rolled into the shop, which is people with like fucked up car problems. They dovetail.
These both
Nice.
sound
I
good.
said dovetail twice now.
Yeah.
I'll pay the $3 fine.
Title of
Fuck
the
me up,
episode.
fam.
I couldn't hear it. Sorry, my connection blinked out. What'd you say? Was it funny?
Pretty funny.
Okay, I'll listen back.
You're gonna love it.
Corin, what have you been up to lately?
Oh man. Well, I've had an exciting time. I have a lot of weird energy right now. I have a hearing tomorrow, so I have like the nerves, like gotta get ready to perform my lawyerly duties in front of people.
Are you going to
Good
be?
thing you went to art school.
Exactly. Did you like how I said perform my lawyerly
man.
duties?
What an accurate fucking burn from Jotham. What?
I set myself
Are you
up.
going to be staying up late preparing? Are you already as prepared as you can be? Are you going to make sure
Never
you're
as prepared as you can be.
but like generally, do you feel good about what you have to present?
Yeah. I feel good about it, but I'm still new enough to like not want to rest on my laurels. I gotta like
You're green.
yeah, keep pounding away on this oral argument.
Okay.
But I was in a different hearing earlier today. I had a different hearing, and like one of the attorneys did something unconscionable that I could not believe. It was on Zoom. Everybody's, kind of like relaxed and at their desks or wherever they are. And the case is in Florida. I will say that it's in the Panhandle. So this attorney is in the Panhandle. I see her take a drink from a Coca-Cola, which immediately threw me off. I was like, man, just sipping soda at like 11 a.m. would throw my day off. Just my insulin spikes just fuck my shit up, right?
Oh.
And then took another bottle, had a Coke Zero as like a backup to chase it.
Chased a regular Coke with a Coke Zero?
I think one of those was liquor.
Dude.
The tapering off. I'm just chipping, T.
It blew my mind. It was a super depressing hearing, but that somehow was like the only thing I could focus on from then on. I was watching her square on Zoom, waiting for another appearance of those bottles.
What do you think was next in line? Do you say you object?
Yeah, what else you got off screen?
Yeah, what's one down from a Coke Zero? Is it just like half Coke, half water?
Diet Coke.
Okay, that's a good answer.
It's weird because like Coke Zero and Diet
Aspartame.
Coke are like the same exactly.
I thought
Like,
they
if you
were
look at
very.
them-
I thought they were like two
Yeah.
roads diverge, two Cokes diverge in a wood.
I think it's just aspartame and not aspartame, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's
it?
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Other
think
fake
that's
sugar.
one tastes like
Yeah.
regular Coke, one tastes like Diet Coke.
Mm.
So they claim.
I would.
You used to drink a bunch of Diet
I
Coke.
used to drink a lot of bunch of Diet Coke, but not Coke Zero.
I
That's where you draw the line.
drank a bunch of Diet Coke at one point because the owners of my company, of which I was the only employee, they enjoyed Diet Coke. And so I just went along. They were like, is there anything we should pick up for you? I was like, no, that's fine. Because I would never assert myself to be like, yeah, fill it up with Dr. Pepper. Or
Yeah, Mexican Coke.
yeah, strawberry lemonade. And not the cheap shit. So I just went along and I became like a regular Diet Coke drinker. I'd have one every day. That's right, a whole
It's
Diet
like
Coke
smoking
every day.
cigarettes or something.
My coworker's the same way, where he started drinking Diet Cokes at his last job, and he drinks them now, like just because he got a taste for them.
It's a good thing it wasn't human blood they had in the refrigerator.
See,
Yeah, yeah.
Thundercat just did a commercial, just did a jingle for
Oh.
Diet Coke, like redid the just for the taste of it.
Boo. Did,
No good.
Whatever, man.
did not like. He deserves his
paid.
payday. Give Thundercat
Yeah.
all the money he wants, but they shouldn't have played that commercial. It was bad for him.
I gotta see it.
It's just like a corny version of that like 80s Coke jingle.
Just for the taste of it.
Diet Coke.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you say it's fine.
I say it's fine. I haven't heard it, nor will I.
Well, that's
it's
probably
fine.
the best way to have that opinion.
Therefore, I approve. And then right before the show, I went to Walgreens to pick up a prescription, and it was a fucking madhouse. Like, I live a couple blocks from this Walgreens, and it's always, Walgreens have a way of being like the center of activity. There's a lot of different slices of life converge at a convenience store or pharmacy.
I
And people-
loathe going inside the drugstores. If I never went in one again, I'd be happy.
I think people, myself included, relative to the size of it, hang out in there for longer periods of time than other establishments. Again, relative to the square footage. So I think you end up with a lot of logjam in there, a lot of gridlock.
This one had one of my favorite things today, which is a public girlfriend-boyfriend fight.
Yes.
You know, like it was a quiet one too. It wasn't like they were causing a bunch of ruckus, but it was like
Intense.
simmering,
Loud
right?
whispering.
So like, yeah, exactly. Where I just caught the end of it, and like a tattooed Affliction shirt guy was walking like toward me through the aisle, and behind him quite a ways was a girl in like leggings and done up real nice, who was just like standing there cross-armed and saying, "Babe, come here."
Classic.
It's like,
Like he was a
"Babe,
bad
come
dog.
here." Yeah. It's a great line. Then I got to the pharmacy, and there was a dude sitting outside who wasn't waiting for a prescription, who was just like holding a wound, an open wound on his arm, and the pharmacist was taking care of it like it was some kind of emergency room, which
Like
is
an
a thing
urgent
I've
care.
never seen before.
That's a good
In
idea, though.
Walgreens.
Next time I hurt myself, I'm just going to go to the Walgreens.
Stumble into Walgreens.
Yeah, they're getting paid either way.
Oh, not even inside. It was outside, right? Just wait outside of one.
No, it was inside
Oh, I thought you said it was outside.
He did.
at the
He did
pharmacy.
say it was
Oh.
outside.
Oh,
You're not.
outside the pharmacy.
Yeah, which is inside a building.
But inside
is
the
the
store.
Walgreens.
Thank you, Jared. I'm glad someone's saying this in real English language.
Yeah, hold me to the fire. Last thing Walgreens related, I swear. I know you guys are sick of this.
No,
I go to get my prescription, and like the dude in front of me is there, and he goes to the front. He says he's there for his second vaccine shot, and then pharmacist tells him to go sit over there. The other side of the pharmacy deals with that. I get my stuff. As I'm walking up, a woman comes up, says, "My husband's here for his flu shot," and she says it super loud. And then there's like this back and forth where the pharmacist is like, "Okay, well, he needs to come here and go in the other line." Then that same guy stands up and says, "Honey, I'm right here. I told you, I already talked to him." And then she proceeds to just like yell at everybody that she didn't understand. She thought she had to go talk to them for her, and had to finish it off with like, "And I can't help but just call it the flu shot. You know, that's all it is. It's just the flu, right, guys?" And like, it was this whole fucking
And everybody
performance.
clapped.
It all started
That sounds like Florida, not Seattle. I mean Portland.
it all started to make sense at the end. There, it's like, oh, there was like a hidden agenda.
Yeah. She was
Subtext.
waiting for her type 5 on the vaccine. Just needed a place to let that one rip.
You know,
Perform.
I don't think I've really encountered anyone in public who was being really vocal about like anti-vax or anti-mask or anything, except for one time, and it was at Trader Joe's, which seems an unlikely place to hear someone being like super anti-mask and like, it's all just fake, man. But it was
I don't think so.
a couple of
Yeah,
dudes.
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think that's a weird place to hear it.
I always think of
Trader
Trader
Joe's.
Joe's as being a little bit crunchy, you know? Everyone in there is just kind of like,
Well,
hey,
People
man.
don't
people.
understand the pipeline. The crunchy spectrum has come around now
Yeah.
to that side, and it's really apparent in my life because I have a bunch of like hippie friends that I've made from playing festivals and stuff and living in Asheville, and it's ridiculous how that's all converged now. Like you've become conservative or whatever we want to call it. So yeah, Trader Joe's. I don't know. I could see that.
Man, I never
Yeah,
thought about
there's a
the
big-
full circle crunchy circle.
Big
The crunchy
full
roll,
circle,
if you will.
crunchy circle.
Crunchy roll, if you will.
Very good. I see it all the time out here.
Yeah.
Portland doesn't have fluoride in the water because of the crunchy circle.
Yeah, I guess
they
there
believe
is that. Like
it's-
Portland is kind of also like a famously racist place, right?
Right.
And that
Oregon in
famously
general.
famously crunchy. So there has to be a good deal of overlap, just on a pure volume standpoint.
Wait, do we have fluoride?
Yeah.
We got any of that fluoride?
We got fluoride and you don't.
That
Correct.
was what that was about.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, live with
Just
that.
wondering.
It's like I am living with it.
I buy my own
My teeth are
fluoride.
falling out of my hands.
I rest my case. I rest my case.
I bought a fluoride pump for for all my sinks.
Corin, besides Walgreens and getting ready for this test you have in the morning.
I went to a cabin in the woods last weekend. We haven't seen each other. We haven't done the show, and we missed a week, so
Yeah, a
there's a
couple of
lot
weeks
to
off.
catch up on. Yeah, my girlfriend and I went up, stayed in a cabin, got away from city life for a minute. It was a beautiful place out in Rhododendron, which is a little city near Mount Hood out here.
It's also
on the
like a
mountain.
flower, right? A flowering plant.
Correct.
That's not a dinosaur.
It was a weird cabin. It had a weird vibe. There was a sign on the door next to the front door that said, "What happens in the cabin stays in the cabin." That's a fun way to enter a place. Just immediately feel
Everything's on the
icky.
table. Murder.
The next door says, "That's right, the butt."
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I wish this cabin would not be so specific.
Why does it feel like this cabin is like winking and nodding at me?
A
yeah.
lot of one-way mirrors in this place. I can't help but notice.
And the code. Well,
Oh,
that's
come on.
fine. Nobody knows the code to get into
69,
the front
69.
door. No, 1492.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
immediately, I'm just like,
Weird.
colonial sex cabin. Who knows what's happening in here?
My favorite kind.
And they had a board game. They stocked the place with some board games, Cabin in the Woods, whatever. One of them was called Battle of the Sexes, which was an amazing board game that pits the sexes against each other and asks you gendered questions. 5 of the questions that we went through for men featured the movie Rambo.
Did you get them all right?
Yes, I got them all right. That's not the point.
They shouldn't have presumed I would get him right.
Exactly. Women's can likes the Rambos too.
What were the women's
The-
questions like?
You can imagine. They were shopping based brands.
Sex in the City.
Cleaning implements.
And how old is this game? Like, from what era? Is it like
80s.
I think it 80s or 90s.
Okay.
And then it had like these cards. When you land on a certain spot on the board, you pull a card, and it's like you go forward a couple spaces or go back spaces. Except it gives like an example of a thing that makes you go forward or back.
Like from Monopoly?
And like for but these were like for the men. He remembered what foreplay was. Go forward 3 spaces.
Nice.
She made dinner for him before he got home. Go forward 3 spaces.
Nice.
It was a lot to take in.
She was accidentally choked by her own girdle. End game.
So that was our fun time in the cabin.
Battle of the
Playing-
Sexes.
Somebody should remake that game and like just totally just gender bend it and just take all the binary out of it.
Yeah.
It's called Trivial Pursuit.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's if you take the
Well, just
gender.
with these like scenarios.
Any other good board games there?
Mhm. That's it.
All right. What a week Corin had. Jared, follow that up.
Oh wow.
Have a better one.
I can't remember. Had I had my second shot like
think so.
before the last time we met?
I think so.
It was terrible. The day after. Yeah, I got my second shot, so I'm fully vaxxed now. I went to see the Nervous Girl show last Friday, and they were kicked a lot of fucking ass.
They were kicked a lot of ass.
Place was mobbed. I stayed just to see them, but like they had a lot of people there that showed up for the show. So that's pretty
At Red
cool.
Star?
Yeah.
I heard that place is shutting down.
I'll report back. I'll try to find out.
Topical. That's all. I have no follow-up.
No proof, no follow-up,
Nope.
conjecture.
But I heard it.
I went to the Renaissance Festival
Oh yeah,
We were
here
talking
go.
about, we were planning,
And-
that's what the turkey leg talk was about. You were planning for
Yeah.
it to
Yes.
avoid those turkey legs.
Yeah.
I texted
How was
Jotham
it?
when I was there because I had a couple of drinks and I started smelling that turkey leg and I was texting Jotham I was about to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm about to.
And I didn't walk him back. I encouraged him.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, do it, get one.
As any good
He
turkey
knows how
sponsor
to walk you
would.
back too. He works at a rehab. He could have talked you off that ledge easily. He chose to egg you on.
Does it feel good? Do it.
Yeah.
So
But no, I abstained from the turkey leg. I got some nice meatballs instead.
there you go. You can
Renaissance
eat
fair
100% of a meatball.
Yeah, absolutely. There were 4 of them.
No bones.
And saw some jousting. Saw
But the food. Did you ask the question? What kind of pies do you have?
I did not.
I forgot that was a thing. You wanted to find out like what kind of pies were made during the Renaissance.
I want to, plan for next year.
like a blackberry pie.
Mincemeat? Was that like something? I feel like that's kind of medieval, right?
You can get one with 4 and 20 blackbirds, I believe. That's the hottest seller.
No, but the place is cool. It's in Dade City now, so it's not out by USF, so it's a little bit of a hike out there, but for all intents and purposes, it's the same Renaissance fair that has been going on. A lot of cool people watching.
Since time
It wasn't too hot
immemorial.
outside.
Yeah, nice.
I had a good time. And then what else? I practiced some music with Alistair
I was
this
there.
past weekend, and Vinny Cosentino, and it was awesome.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
very
got a
excited
summer
about
now.
this project. I think it's sounding great.
That's
So are we.
very nice of you to say. Yeah, we're very excited too. Partly, we might just be kind of giddy that we're being shot out of a cannon back into the real world. But maybe there's some actual, musical credibility hidden down deep. We'll try.
But I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. Same old.
Right on. Jotham, what have you been doing?
I close on a house next Friday, so that's exciting.
Boom.
That will be done. I've been tie-dyeing a lot. I've been doing that.
You had your first paid gig coming up. Did you?
Well, I've been working on that.
Okay, just
You
plan.
haven't
Turns out
delivered yet.
DIYing the whole thing, because you can pay for someone to like design the shirts and put the logo on them and everything. I'm gonna use a Cricut. I got some nice. Oh man, you guys are gonna love this. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much about it because I haven't done it yet, but I've got plans for it and it's happening and it'll be happening soon. But I've been testing out different designs at home and figured out I got a new method that's time. It takes the least amount of time and I can produce consistent results. And
Is this one of your pieces that you're wearing right now?
Oh, this whole thing? Oh, yeah, yes it is.
Sick.
Why don't you stand up?
That's
Show
pretty
us.
sick.
Show us
Yeah,
what
let
the
me
whole
see.
front looks like.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
I like
that's a
that.
nice design.
So I have so much tie dye now. I don't really wear anything else but tie dye at home,
I think I have
which
a
is
shirt
kind
that
of
I want
funny.
to-
But
I saw
I'll tie dye it.
last week on your girlfriend Maddie's Instagram, there was a picture of you, and the caption was, "Jotham is probably thinking about tie dye."
Talking about tie dye, and I probably was.
Yeah, you guys were
Because
just
I've been
sitting.
in the lab
at
a
a
lot.
nice restaurant.
Trying new things
With a
out.
pen and a pad.
I got something working right now. I'll show you guys on break. It'll be ready.
I
Bring it back after break. Show
Fuck
us
me
all.
up.
I will. Fuck me up, tie dye.
I do want everyone to pay attention to how long he talked about tie dye and how long he talked about closing on his first home.
Well, that's not, I mean, it's exciting, but I mean, how much can you talk about it? It's a bunch of paperwork.
Yeah, I mean, there's no dipping,
But
there's no
tie
bleach.
dye, yeah. Tie dye is different. It's exciting. You don't know what it's gonna come. You kind of know what's gonna happen, but then you get this result. It's beautiful. So right now it's like hippie Christmas. You're just waiting to open that present.
So
I've
wait,
heard there's a
has
lot of,
everyone been amazing? Oh, sorry.
Wait, Jared?
Jericho.
I said so has everything that you've made have you like taken a step back like, oh man, this is amazing, or have there been like a couple like nah, this isn't great? Or are they all amazing? Like in
Each time I'm making them, I'm getting better at it. So like I got a repost from the shirt site that I like, and I was telling Maddie after, I was like, it's really not that good. But they reposted it, so that's cool. And she's like, shut up, you're an idiot. You know, it looks good.
My technique has moved
But I'm
on so
criticizing
much.
my own. Yeah, the lines weren't crisp. There wasn't a lot of detail. So
You're an artist.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're
But I
always-
don't know what it's gonna happen after this. I'll probably just have to, hang it up.
I don't know.
Unless I
I feel
hang
like
up the t-shirt.
I feel
I
like
don't
you're
know.
going to
Maybe
start.
actually, I don't want to get it. Let's leave it open.
You're going to start
maybe-
pioneering new forms. You're going to
New
come
patterns.
up with new twists.
color
Literally.
combinations. New
Yeah.
choice.
It's fun.
Have you found that the tie-dye community has been infiltrated by a lot of alt-right disruptors?
No, but I haven't. I stopped watching any tie-dye videos a week or two ago.
To clear your mind.
Mr. Tie-dye did it for me. Yeah, and I don't need anyone else. He's the guru, So I also found this technique I like that I'm working on. So
Have you asked
Stay
him to
tuned.
like mentor you yet?
have I asked him what?
To mentor you yet? To
I
take
did
you on
send him
under his wing.
my new technique after watching one of his vids. I sent him the results, and he said he liked them.
He starts stealing that technique.
Oh,
saying he
next
came
post,
up
yeah.
with it.
He came to me in a dream.
I gotta patent this shit.
It's a hot up and comer on my tail. Dude.
But yeah, no, I'm just having fun with it. But yeah, I really like every time I go out to so Maddie left earlier this week, and I'm just apparently like just getting takeout all the time. Like I forgot how to cook, and I'm going to all like the same restaurants in like this. Well, I guess like slightly different tie-dye every night. Like I went and got Korean fried chicken the last 2 nights in like 2 slightly different tie-dye shirts with the same pants and different hats. And the same girl gave me the food.
Do you think they noticed?
Trying to get noticed. Yeah, trying to get noticed.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're like a walking
gotta get a
advertisement for your own tie-dye business.
Like stretching
Yeah.
out, stretching,
Casually leave
stretching
business
his arms
cards.
out, getting like, oh.
Man,
stand out.
this shirt's color is popping so hard, but it breathes so well. Anyway, thanks. See you tomorrow.
You guys are doing like a college football team colors.
Yeah,
Go
those will
commercial.
sell.
yeah. I feel like the college football crowd's not really into tie-dye.
They will be when they see your
Yeah,
work.
yeah, that's what they
They
thought
just
when they
haven't
were
seen
making
tie-dye they like.
when they were making those tiger stripe pants in the 90s. They thought like, well, Miami Dolphins fans aren't necessarily into tiger stripe pants. Wrong. You've never been so wrong. That's all they wanted for years.
So
That's
it.
closing your segment.
I don't know. I went tubing on the Rainbow River. That was really nice.
Oh, tubing.
There was a funny hillbilly joke. So, you sign up to tube, and they say it's gonna take like 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever. So like an hour and a half into it, you hit a sign where it's like, hey, just up the bend, like 5 minutes left. And then there's like another hour and a half, and you're just like cursing this sign. Like they did it on purpose,
Pretty fine.
So we had a good laugh about it, but everyone was hungry and like ready to eat in like 10 minutes. And we're like, those goddamn hillbillies. Ugh.
You keep
I think
saying
you're
that.
just blaming the hillbillies.
No, I don't know. They're not hillbillies.
Wouldn't they be like more like real river billies? It's the river.
Oh,
there's
the
no
coolest
hills.
part though is when we were near the end. Actually, near the end,
time to
there were
answer.
two older guys on the dock. One playing banjo, one playing guitar, singing a song about the Rainbow River. It was fucking sweet.
Do you think they do that every day?
Wholesome content. I don't know, man. I would have thrown some tips at him if I could.
Throw a tie-dye at them.
Yeah, so I threw some tie-dye and said that's all I had on me.
Are you going to invest in a t-shirt cannon? I feel like that's the next
Ooh.
natural progression for the...
Man, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Walk around Seminole Heights.
Catching people in the chest, the mailman in the chest with one.
Knock him back
On the
3-4 feet.
But it just appears on him fully. Camera cuts.
That would be a hell of a t-shirt cannon.
That's your commercial. You just go around shooting people, and they're just like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh my god.
My life is better.
Who would have doubted that Billy Mays would have provided the best marketing angle that Jotham could
Hey,
use?
that one's free.
Thanks, Billy.
So has that been your fortnight?
I think so.
All right. Well, Billy Mays 3, aka Infinite Third, how do you do? How have you been lately?
I've been exhausted.
Yeah.
I have a child now.
Congratulations.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, she's
How old?
7.5 months old,
Oh wow.
and she's wild. She's crawling out as of like last week. And
Awesome.
now it's just chasing her around. We're also trying to train her to sleep, and we're about a week into like letting her cry for 45 minutes, and then she just falls asleep finally. And then, but when she does it that way, she sleeps the whole night, and we get to sleep finally. So we had like months of not sleeping,
Oof.
and so
Brutal.
I think the body's just like catching up. And I also moved to Atlanta, so
Oh,
I'm 2 months-
congratulations.
Congrats.
Thanks. I'm 2 months in to Atlanta now, so that kind of
Is it weird?
coincided.
Is it weird moving somewhere? Like, I don't know how shut down Atlanta is right now.
It's like Florida. It's
Loose.
Yeah.
Right on.
All open.
yeah, and like we locked down like crazy because my partner was pregnant right
Yeah.
before the pandemic,
Mm.
so we did that whole like, you know, we were like
Strict
people washing
quarantine.
off groceries for that month there.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
we just sort of like enjoyed it for the most part, besides all the anxieties of having a kid. And then our baby was born in October, so we again were just completely quarantined. We had a couple like porch dinners with friends, and that was it. And then the new year came along, we were like, we're moving, and we had to sell our house and stuff like that. So I don't know. By that time, it was sort of like we weren't vaxxed yet. I didn't get vaccinated until I moved here. And I
Uh-huh.
just had my second shot 2 weeks ago tomorrow,
Right on.
and I felt no effects from the second shot.
Man, lucky.
I hydrated like crazy. I was like the day before, I was drinking like double the water I drink usually, and I had Pedialyte. And then when I got to the place, it was like a military installation. The nurse just kind of like said something that hit me. She was like, "Now there are side effects, but they can be avoided." And she like looked at me in the eyes. She's like, "If you just hydrate and medicate, Tylenol right before you go to sleep, and just hydrate." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's just maybe I'm not going to be sick." And then I was just waiting for like 36 hours to feel sick, and I never did.
Oh
You
man,
did it. You diluted
Yeah,
it enough.
Same
I
way.
did it.
I woke up the next
Really?
morning feeling so cold and shivering uncontrollably that I ran into my shower and turned the water on as hot as I could and let the hot water run out, and just stood
Oh my
there in the
God.
shower. Like it was the
Wow.
only thing that could bring relief. It was a
Wow,
crazy
what
day.
an ecological nightmare you've
I
caused.
just wasted a bunch of water. Yeah. Ecological crisis.
There are other ways to warm up, Jared. Have you ever been outside?
I tried stacking up like 5 blankets and
You
everything.
live
Nothing was
in
working.
Florida.
Have you ever tried building up your chi with your breath? Come on.
Every day.
Billy.
Ooh, touche.
My solutions didn't sound quite as cool as Billy's.
Anyway,
So what made you go to Atlanta?
Yeah.
What was the draw up there?
My
It seems like a cool
partner's-
place.
Yeah, I like it. I've toured through like 3 times maybe, but my partner's family lives here, and she grew up here. So
Oh, right on.
like what area of Atlanta? Or if you, I guess
we're
is that
in
too much
East
information?
Atlanta, East
Okay.
Atlanta Village, kind of. And yeah, I don't know. You guys are familiar with the band Chew?
Oh yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, I think they live
Mhm.
close by. We haven't connected yet. And Morgan from Pleasures is
Yeah.
here now, not too far from me. So that's cool. But I was kind of just like, I was doing the St. Pete thing, and I think the pandemic sort of like, it obviously took me out of shows. I hadn't played a show since North Carolina on 3/11. And yeah,
Renegade
So I was
sound
like-
system
yes.
311.
And so I had to like reevaluate my career. And before that, I was making all my money off of touring and shows. And now I just haven't done that in over a year. So the move to Atlanta just felt good for like relaunching. And I sort of just like snuck out of St. Pete without making a big fanfare of it. Cause what were we going to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have a big fanfare when they were leaving town?
Yeah.
That sounds stupid.
Well, when you're passing around spit, and my second music project involves passing a microphone around with strangers.
That's right, mouth council.
Mouth council. Yeah.
That's all about spitting on each other's mouths.
Yeah, so that was actually retired. If you're not familiar, I did it on GNC one time with like 13 people, and it was chaos. But it was like an all-star Tampa musician
I remember
crew
that.
I brought. Yeah. That I go on tour and I do Infinite Third, which is like serious music, and then Mouth Council, which is improvised and social experiment, one microphone. And I never thought about it at all, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously this pandemic happened, and I was in Atlanta for one night, and I did an Infinite Third set, and then on March 11th I went to North Carolina, and I was in the woods, like no service. It was in like this barn. It was a barn show, and I was booked to play Infinite Third and Mouth Council, and they were all like, you know, a lot of them were my friends, but like hippies and like kind of off the grid people. And they didn't want to hear it about COVID or anything. Like some guy was trying to like talk about conspiracies even back then, and they would just be like, "Good vibes only, man," like that kind of thing, you know. And I was just like, I'm sitting in the corner, like, okay, I'm just gonna do my thing and I'm gonna get out of here. And you know, I just felt like nobody is being cautious, and maybe there was no reason to be. I don't know. Maybe it hadn't hit North Carolina yet, but they all wanted me to do the Mouth Council set, and I at the last minute I canceled it. And I was like,
Mouth cancel.
Mouth cancel, yeah. And
We put it on the flyer real quick and printed 500 copies.
Nice.
The joke was too
that's what
good
it's
to
called
waste.
now. Yeah, I might have to do that. So
So
I
you
felt
did
so
the
bad.
Infinite Third set, but decided
yeah,
I do not
and they
feel
were
comfortable.
so disappointed because they had done Mouth Council before these people, and like,
and probably
ready for
brought
that.
new people and be like, "This is going to be so rad. Check this
Exactly,
guy
yeah.
out." Yeah.
Oh,
It was a low point in my life.
Oh,
Having
no.
to, say no to these people for Mouth Council,
But that shows some strong will on your part. You weren't peer pressured into compromising your principles.
I was thinking like, you're there and you're hearing that like, oh, my friend couldn't come, she's sick tonight. And like, nobody's really thinking like, there's no COVID tests back then or whatever. And I just felt like I made this little speech. I was like, hey, I think it would just be irresponsible for me to be going from city to city and passing these germs around. And like, they actually did their own circle without a microphone, but just like, they were just like, fuck it.
And
were there to
also
do it.
without a loop pedal, so that would be
they
very
just like jammed
tiring.
in a circle. They jammed in a circle, which was like the
They
equivalent
just yelled
of
at
Mouth
each
Council.
other.
Yeah, and I didn't participate, and I felt horrible. I
Did
felt
you-
so like,
Sorry,
cut
did you
off.
say word of mouth council?
no, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
said they
wait, somebody-
just jammed around like kind of like a word of mouth council.
No, that reminds me that I have a
Also
friend who I have a friend who does really weird things, and he deals with mental problems sometimes from time to time. But he purchased southmouthcouncil.com for some reason, and he directed it to mouthcouncil.com, and he's like, yeah, bro, I got that South Mouth Council. And he would just like tell people to visit southmouthcouncil.com.
But it just
It was
forwarded
like this-
to mouth council.
It was this bit. Like, I didn't really get it. And then he went away for a while. But that was just the type of shit he would do. And yeah, so
Hey, good bit.
Have,
Yeah,
do-
it's a-
did
it's a
you
good
guys did you guys ever have periods of like just buying like a bunch of URLs that you thought like, oh, maybe like that'll be an idea for something? What do you have any good URLs that you've purchased that never came to anything?
No, but I think you do, right?
Me? Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I did.
I think you did.
I think I did. I got one that was called like Black Wolf Feather. I was like, oh, that'd be a good band. There's a lot of wolves and feathers recently. I was, they're usually kind of like slightly intoxicated purchases. Most of them I've let just kind of fall off. So now I just have the Grand National Championships or the bands that I'm in, kind of specific ones.
Does anybody own uglybrooklynwomen.com?
No, man. I don't know who typed that
It's a mystery.
to this day.
The only one I had ever was for an old art blog that I did for like 6 months.
What was it called?
It was called Tampa Bay Super Lame.
Oh, I remember
Nice.
that. Tampa Bay.
That was
super
it.
lame. What about you,
I've
Billy? Do you
definitely-
have any shameful URLs?
I've definitely bought some weird ones, and I think I let them lapse. But I was just thinking of a time back in like 2009 after my dad died, I had this website called Where's Billy Mays, and it was like a Tumblr,
Yeah.
and I had these little stickers that somebody printed for me at his funeral and like handed them out to people, and they were just like cartoon stickers, and I make them now myself. But it said I got ones printed that said "Where's Billy Mays" on it, and there was a guy squatting on where'sbillymays.com,
Really?
and it was
Whoa.
like his homemade blog, and it was him. He had like popsicle sticks with a cartoon, not even cartoon, like a crayon face, and he would just put it around his house and say, "Today Billy Mays is on the sink."
So the popsicle stick was Billy Mays in this person's mind.
I guess. And I would tell people where's BillyMays.com. I actually ended up buying whereisBillyMays.com. And I got so embarrassed. People were going to this website and be like, "Oh, that's cute. He's paying tribute to his dad." And he's and he made a popsicle stick face. And so I ended
Did
up
people
like,
call you like
Yeah,
concerned?
you're okay,
like,
man?
hey man,
I think that's how I found out about it. Was like one friend was like, "I know that's not what you're doing, but I just want to make sure. Like, are you okay?" And I guess what ended up happening was I got in like a heated email exchange with the guy, and I think I paid him like $500 or something.
dang.
Just
And,
to try
He was
and-
holding it hostage. He was like,
Man.
"No, I'm very proud of my work on this site," and I was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna say anything, but like people think it's me."
he knew just
I
how
am
to
gonna say
how to
anything.
make you feel weird enough to shell out the coin.
Yeah. So now I don't own any of those URLs, so don't go to any of those. I don't know what's
Do you
now someone will squat on them.
do you have an Instagram page for Where's Billy Mays?
No, now I shifted it to just be called BillyMays.org because I
okay.
actually ended up buying BillyMays.org for a decent price. It was like somebody owned it, but they weren't selling it for much, I think was what happened.
Mm.
And so, yeah, I got that. And yeah, if you go to BillyMays.org, it's like the tribute site now, and it's evolved and it's become like this nonprofit thing.
And of course,
Stuff
you
like
have
that,
all the old popsicle stick videos. You can still find them
Yeah,
there.
I actually should go try to find that because I do collect like the tributes and weird things that.
And
pop up.
for better or worse, that did seem to be a Billy Mays tribute.
Yeah, no, I would post it for sure.
Didn't you just? Did I see you posted a TikTok of someone?
Yeah, that was today.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and I was like on TikTok for like the third time in my life, and I decided to do the Billy Mays hashtag. I was just like, I do this on Twitter sometimes to find like weird memes and stuff. So I did it on TikTok, and there's a bunch of crazy shit on there. But the one that stuck out to me was this girl this person went to my dad's grave in Pittsburgh. And at first I was like, "Oh no, are they going to do something weird on it?" When I
Ugh.
saw it starting, but it was basically, it had grown a bunch of grass and they just cleaned it up and like organized the flowers that had been left there and little cards. And it was just like playing
Oh,
my
that's-
dad's samples of
I was
like,
going to say they put out some
Yeah.
OxyClean references or whatever.
yeah. And it was like, he was like in a cloud above her head, like, telling her to clean it.
like the sun from the Teletubbies.
Yes, it looked like that. And I don't know, it was just like a really earnest thing. So I posted it, and it's been like, people have been loving it, like very wholesome content on Twitter
Yeah.
right now.
Oh yeah.
It's what
We
the
all need
people
some of
need,
that.
Billy.
Except one guy was
Yeah.
like, just asking, why isn't he cleaning his own dad's grave?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What the
Oh
fuck?
boy.
And I just
Where's this
like
guy?
I politely responded and said, because it's in Pennsylvania and I live in Georgia, and he said, "Oh, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure."
What?
That's what I thought.
Thankfully-
I've been
thankfully-
keeping track
What a-
on.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
What's
one of my friends on there named Grass Kingdom's a musician, just said, "What a stupid fucking question to ask." And like I was like, all right, and I liked that tweet. So
Why isn't he cleaning his own dad's grave? What a fucking cold-hearted ass question.
I
I think
know.
there's a term from Deadwood that would probably accurately describe this guy.
Oh, Jotham knows that.
Yeah.
You're talking about
I'm not gonna say it.
You guys
I'm
are
not gonna
talking
say
about CS-ing, which is one of the things that the cabin suggests that you try out while you're
Wink,
staying
wink.
there. You might like it, or yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask a GNC question? A couple
Please.
GNC questions.
We long
All right.
for people to care about what we're doing here, so go for it.
So I listened to the show on the radio like on and off. I wasn't much of a radio guy. Like the format didn't really work with my lifestyle. So I would like tune in for good bands and then like catch the banter. And then I'd usually like tune out with the music sometimes and whatever. So when you started the podcast, I've listened since day one of the podcast. Is it just me? Like, was there any other reason that you didn't want to curse at the beginning of the podcast? Or was that just a carryover?
I think it was
Because
just
I noticed
carryover.
it's slowly loosened.
Yeah.
And now we're like cocksucking and all these.
We are cocksucking.
Yeah, it started out just like with the momentum. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just try to like keep a handle on the cursing. And you don't need them; they're crutches for comedy. We can be funny without cursing. And then like after the first couple episodes, like I started just like curse word just to fill in the gaps.
No, I would notice. I would like get nervous for you sometimes when people would curse. I'd be like, "Oh, come on, guys! Oh, yeah, watch it, yeah." And I was thinking, is he planning to be like syndicated or something back on WMNF or what?
Yeah, we've
okay,
got a
that's
big deal going on with Lifetime Network. They're going to do our podcast as a TV
Sirius
program.
XM. Yeah, Howard Stern bought you out.
Yeah, but he said we have to be clean.
Yeah,
He doesn't want any competition.
because you did sort of carry over a lot of the radio. That's what I kind of like that about this podcast is that there's sort of this sense of, I don't know, the just the flow of it, where it still feels like the radio show.
The
You're
sacred, the
listening to-
profane.
Yes. No, you're listening to Grand National Championships on the internet, and it's like it's a 2-hour experience that's happening. That's what I like about it.
It is true. Yeah, we did. I guess we did. I mean, a lot of the format of the radio. It's like if the radio show were still on, but we weren't allowed to play any music on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how would we
Yeah.
fill up the time? So it's pretty much the same stuff we'd be doing, except, now we're, sucking cock and all that stuff.
It's evolution, baby.
Yeah, like that Pearl Jam
Evolution.
song.
Okay, and then I'm trying to think if I had any other GNC related questions. I'll admit that it took me about 4 or 5 months to be able to pick apart the subtleties of Jotham and Corin's voices to where they were just
man.
one person to me. And I would I didn't know, your personalities are still kind of blurred to me right now. And this is really helping actually to see the faces.
As someone who's listened to the show, that's something that I have a hard time with. Quite often when I'm going to talk to one of them, I'll say the other's name.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So you're not alone in that.
So, okay. So I bring that up because I don't know. I've listened to all these episodes and I've had all the inside jokes in my head, just like running through my head throughout the week. So which one of you two? I feel like this is like how I feel when someone's like, this guy looks just like you, and it's just a bald guy with a beard and glasses, and it's like, it's like that.
Uncanny.
So one of you drinks 9 LaCroix a day, or no, not even.
Hold on,
LaCroix.
no. I
sorry.
want you to guess this. Neither of you guys say anything. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All
For
right,
each
all
of these questions,
Here
I
we
want
go.
you to give a guess.
Sudden quiz.
Okay. Well, this is the only question, so I think
That's
this
okay.
is the only question.
This is important.
Like I think. Okay, wait. So Jotham, I think, is the fizzy water drinker, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Well, we're both fizzy water drinkers.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
but you're
Jotham.
I
come
used
on.
to drink more of them.
He's the one who drinks the
All right.
concerning
And you
amount.
stopped drinking
Now
this
I'm
much.
on number 3 right now. I got 1 left waiting for me because I
Okay.
do 4 on the weekdays
And,
now.
yeah.
5 on the
Okay.
weekends.
So did you? All right.
But
so
I might have
know,
lost track this last weekend. They were going down smooth.
So I know there's talk about it doesn't mess up your teeth. You did the research. And
Carbonic acid, which is
yeah.
something
yeah.
you release during.
One of our friends, aspiration, is that?
It's
respiration.
respiration,
Yeah,
which
but
is a
just because you
holiday.
release it during respiration doesn't mean it couldn't be bad for your teeth.
She is a scientist.
I'm just
I
trying
do
to
know
remember
Mara Kaiser.
what
Oh.
she said.
Well,
All right. So
I gotta get
Perhaps
her in
you've
touch with
heard
my
of the
dentist.
Mara
I mean-
Kaiser Institute. Sorry.
okay.
It's where they do the juggle jam.
I know some jugglers, by the
Anyway.
way. I would have chimed in if I were in the room, but I don't think we need to go into juggling.
We covered it pretty
So-
well last week.
So Jotham, now, have you experienced like mysterious stomach problems, or was that Corin?
Well,
Because I'm gonna preface this first. Since about the pandemic, my LaCroix, I drink plain LaCroix usually, and then sometimes a lemon one or something like that. My partner likes the pamplemousse, but it's okay. I was drinking in the pandemic, like lockdown. I had like doubled or tripled my intake. Okay. Now, whatever. But also throughout the pandemic, I, for the first time ever, experienced really weird stomach like inflammation and weirdness. And it was on and off for months. It would almost be like every couple weeks, I'd be like, oh, there's that again. And I'm trying to pinpoint, is it cheese? Is it something I'm eating? You know, and I would cut things out and whatever. I was eating like soy sausage and I was like, maybe that's it. And this went all the way up until March of this year, to where I read one thing on Google that said one of the triggers of like IBS like things or just inflammation of this area could be carbonated beverages. And I decided at that moment, I was like, I'm done. I'm not drinking one LaCroix again. And I have not experienced my very predictable stomach problem since then. And it's been like 3
Interesting.
months.
And you were able to just quit that La Croix cold turkey,
It was
cold
tough.
Croix.
It was tough. I had to replace it, and I don't know what I replaced it with actually.
Coke Zero.
Yeah, Coke Zero.
yeah.
So I'm just
many were
throwing
you
that out there.
drinking a
You don't
day?
have to respond. I'm just giving you that information because it really helped me.
You don't have to tell us about your
Well,
nasty shits.
Yeah.
No, but how
Jotham.
many were you drinking?
He was like
Me?
8 or 9, weren't you?
It's like, there's like
Me?
24 a day.
Like a case a
Me or
day?
Billy?
No, you,
Billy.
Jotham.
Well, both. I don't know.
I was drinking like 4 or 5 a day.
That's
I was
Jotham's
drinking
standard.
like double that.
Okay.
How's your tummy though?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we want to know.
Well, okay, so for many years I was abusing drugs and alcohol, so it was difficult to pinpoint the stomach problems. Was it the alcohol? Was it the drugs? Blah blah blah. So now, a few years sober, it's easier. Like
to
my stomach
isolate
is
the
best
variables.
it's the best it's ever been. Yeah, like you can't figure out if you're depressed or anxious when you're drinking and using drugs. Like you got to get rid of that stuff first to like address the mental health. Same thing with the stomach. So it's the best it's ever been. But like, didn't I tell you guys that recently I thought I was lactose intolerant for 2
Oh
years?
yeah.
Yeah, and like I stopped taking that. My stomach got better when I stopped taking the lactate. So like
There you
I'm
go.
pretty. It's the best it's ever been. But maybe it'll get better if I cut down on the LaCroix.
I don't know. It's just something to think about. Maybe it's like your pH balance gets thrown off.
The
I don't know.
pH. LaCroix is about 4.5.
Okay.
You should make a tie dye with LaCroix.
Yeah.
Collab. I would prefer Topo Chico, but
But I
Yeah.
think
We can
the
talk- we can talk.
aesthetic of the LaCroix would lend itself to
Yeah, the can
Tie-dye.
tie
They're
dye.
practic-
Do
Yeah,
guest
that's
can
I could see
guest
that.
can design for them.
That's the goal.
I mean,
Wouldn't mind
I'll
seeing
talk
that.
to any of them.
I don't think Polar Ice.
take
I
offers.
don't think they deserve you. And
No.
I think LaCroix would be the good fit. Would be a good fit
Yeah, I
for
think
you.
that's a good fit.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so
Thank you, guys.
I had about a 4-year run of LaCroix. I never drank it ever. I went on tour, and this band that I played with that was from South Bend, Indiana, they were like sober, so they would ask to have LaCroix at their shows. And this one venue was like a sober venue, basement venue. And they had all this LaCroix, like it was like a smorgasbord of LaCroix. And I was just like talking shit on it the whole time to this guy, like, oh, you're gonna have LaCroix? Like, not like you should be drinking, more like that stuff's disgusting. So I finally tried one, and I was like disgusted. And I was like, that, you know, all the memes about like
Yeah.
it's like someone like squeezed a lime like a mile away from the
There are a lot of good
Tastes like
ones.
TV static.
yeah. So then I had to like eat my words because about 3 months later I was like, I could use some bubble water, and then I would like just be sending them pictures of me drinking it, like, hey buddy.
You were right.
Yeah.
This stuff is dope.
Yeah.
Man, burning through a La Croix habit.
Qua.
Not easy. Sorry. I forget. I forget. You live in Atlanta now. You're not quite as cosmopolitan as we are here on the coast.
Hey, it's the Paris of the South. No, wait, that's not what they say. That's Asheville. People call Asheville the
Oh
Paris.
no,
of
they
the
call
South.
this Coca-Cola headquarters.
Delta Hub.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm really excited. I want to see Andre 3000 like playing his clarinet or whatever on the.
I saw
on the
that
train
somebody
and
saw him
stuff.
somebody
I guess
saw
he
him at a
does
station.
that quite a bit. I would love to see that.
That would be an amazing celebrity sighting.
I mean, you're in like Hollywood Junior, essentially. Everybody shoots
Yeah.
in Atlanta
Yeah.
now.
Oh, within a week of living here in our house, someone knocked on the door and was like, "Hey, we're going to be shooting for this TV series. Step up this TV series."
To
there's
the
a series
streets?
based on
Step Up to the series.
yes. I don't know what it's called, but so they actually paid us to run cable in our yard.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
that's sick.
Rope in the yard.
Come on, Billy. This is like the radio show. We try and keep it clean, okay?
He's like, I thought we could curse now or whatever.
You need any help running that cable, guys? I got you.
Oh,
You guys shouldn't be drinking all those LaCroix.
Can't you like get a tour like sign up to get a free tour of like William Street if you go like to Atlanta to the Adult Swim studios? I thought that was like a thing.
Oh, I should look into that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm like 5 minutes away from Tyler Perry's soundstage. Like,
He's got a whole compound, right?
yeah,
Yes.
whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Whole
a compound,
production facility.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, I mean, I call it a compound because, like, part of, I don't know, news came out during the pandemic that he invited, like, a host of, like, production personnel and actors to just stay there
Within the
inside
bubble.
so that they could continue producing content
Wow.
and nobody would have to leave. It was all, like, self-contained there.
Okay.
Man.
All right. Let's all use that as a framework for our production facilities.
That's why we all moved into this house
Yeah.
together so that we could continue doing the show.
GNC
Doors are locked.
Studios.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Dare to dream. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me. Just a few things. Like I wrote down notes, just about a few odd things that happened to me recently. I was looking at some hemp plants, they were being grown as part of like a project that I was shooting some photos and videos of, and like there was like this expert dude who was like the guy who was in charge of growing them, and he was talking about like, you know, the soil that he used, that he was like, I got a little bit from this area and like this from this, and he was using all these like chemical terms. He was like, and of course just a little bit of, you know, wild soy, and I just see what happens. And he was looking at the plant, and he looked up at the top of it. He's like, oh, this one's got a nice little Grinch finger on it. And I realized he was talking about like the shape of the little green thing that grows at the top of this weed plant. He called it a Grinch finger, and it made me so
I
upset.
like that.
Yeah, you would. So it's just been running through my mind like 24 hours a day, just Grinch finger. And
It's terrible. It's terrible that the terrible weed people have now taken over hemp production.
yes, I don't know how terrible this guy is, but that saying sure got under my
Wow,
skin.
he said Grinch finger though.
Talking about wild soil.
Imagine to get into hemp,
Wild
you have to
soil.
be into weed. Like there's
don't
no
think- I mean-
hemp. You're
I
gonna
don't
have to.
think-
I would. It's a prerequisite.
Can you have one without the other?
Yeah.
You can?
Legally, you have to. The
Anyway.
DEA will bust you
I don't know.
immediately.
I actually just got some lollipop that has something called Delta 8.
Oh, yeah,
Which-
that's the new thing.
I guess it's like it's like Delta 9 is cannabis and this is like a different cannabinoid.
Delta 9 is THC, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's how
okay.
they
Yeah.
define the difference.
So this person at this kava bar sold me these lollipops, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be like CBD. And I ate one, and I was fucked up.
Really?
You were like, fuck me up, lollipop.
I was like, fuck my shit up. And yeah, I guess Delta 8, how long before they're like, oh, they're just selling weed?
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
a
calling it something
technicality.
else. Yeah.
It'll be illegal soon.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll stock up.
Corn's on a mission. If I have anything to do with it.
Melt them and make one big lollipop.
That's his hearing tomorrow.
Count your blessings, Delta 8.
I live in a recreational free state. Like we just we legalized recreational psilocybin this year.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Mushrooms?
Things
Where
are
do you live
wild
again?
here. Portland,
Portland.
Oregon.
Meanwhile, here in Georgia, I just got invited to join a mushroom church so that I can like legally partake. Because there's like
Oh,
there's
right.
laws here where
that's-
it's like if
yeah.
it's part of your religion.
Religious freedom laws.
Yeah.
That started because of peyote churches in the Native American tradition. Just
Nice.
FYI.
Is that,
Yeah, I
that's what
thought
your that's what your case tomorrow is about, right?
Yeah, it's about
Shutting it
peyote.
down.
It's about shutting down.
Peyote. Big peyote. Corn's taking on big peyote.
I'm getting a big payola from Big Peyote.
I just had an idea. I just want to put I'm changing subject again. Just part of my notes. I was driving the other day and I came to a stop and there was a dog in the car next to me, like in the back seat. And I turned around to look, and it wasn't a dog. It was just a person who looked like a dog in my peripheral vision, but just looked like a regular person when I looked straight at him. I looked back again, and there was a dog in the window. And I was thinking it would be funny to be a person that is constantly mistaken for a dog when someone sees you in their peripheral vision. Anyway,
Or a skinwalker.
Yeah.
Who changes shapes.
Lycanthrope.
do you think that's what it is? Is that one of the hallmarks of that type of being, that when you see them in peripheral vision, you can see their true form? Thank you.
Sorry.
You see their true colors shining through.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even think about it. So
Like
I
a
guess maybe
rainbow.
I did see like a aware being.
Were-dog.
Were-dog. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you listened to the short edition of the podcast where I just explained that we didn't have a show last week, but I did mention
I did.
I've been
I did.
seeing a lot of gear reduction videos. Do you guys ever see these?
No.
Where there'll be like a series of gears that are lined up so that a very fast input on the first gear, like hooked up to a drill or something, so it's, you know, spinning at maybe, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of revolutions per minute, never transfers to the final gear. Like by the time they get down to the final gear, it will take a matter of trillions of rotations to cause a single rotation at the end. So people build these systems. They're just kind of like the most useless machines in the world. How, like, there's that machine whose only job is to have a little hand come out and turn it off once you turn it on. It's like that. It doesn't serve a purpose. And there's a famous, or I don't know if you'd say famous, but there's a piece of art where a system of these gears end with a gear that's embedded in concrete. And that's just to kind of show, you know,
It'll never move.
the proof of concept. You know, this would take more time than there's left in the universe.
Than there is time.
We all know there's
Whoa,
a ticking
dude.
clock.
You got that Grinch finger going on.
I'm saying? I'm on that Delta 8.
Wait, I have a question about the term gear reduction.
Mhm.
So you said they build these things.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't they start, like, they start removing gears from it?
Sorry.
Or they
Let
start,
me explain. It's a bunch of interlocking gears,
Yeah.
but there'll be, you know, each gear has outer gears and then little inner gears. So they'll have them set up such that the fast turning gear in the beginning makes the next gear move that much slower, and so on and
Right,
so
and then
on
they
and so on.
just
So
keep
by the
getting
time you get to the
exponentially
last
slower.
one, it's just moving almost immeasurably slowly.
It's
I mean,
a reduction in energy, not
It
movement.
gears.
maintains the torque, but reduces the speed. So you have a very powerful, but, you know, infinitesimally small moving gear at the end.
So how many of those do you have to make?
How many gears does it take to get to? All right, so I would say
What kind of fucking question is that? How many do you have to make, Alistair?
You're trying
Who
to
made
prove,
you do
You're
this?
trying to prove that you can make the gear never turn.
no one's trying to prove anything.
So what is it for?
Can't it just be Does it have to be for something?
It has to be for something.
Absolutely not. Who made these people do this? Why is this happening?
And why do they keep making them?
Why do they keep
It was a
making
dumb
them?
question.
Oh,
I feel like if you're trying to, is it to prove that it goes slow
Again,
or to
it's
see
like-
how long?
to prove that it goes
asking God why he created the heavens and the earth.
Yeah, what about
7
that too? Let's get rid of that.
He's just trying to prove something, man.
Oh,
Are we getting the-
crazy stuff's happening.
Oh,
it's not playing.
that's not
No.
what I pictured.
So how many gears does it take until one takes a trillion years
Here,
to go?
watch.
And if I try to move this blue gear, it's nearly impossible.
Impossible.
So
It's
why?
impossible.
This is because torque is greatly multiplied in this system. So torque follows the same proportions as the gear ratio. So 1 foot-pound or 1 newton meter of torque at the input.
All right. Anyway, so gear reduction videos.
All right.
But a
I
lot
got
of people make
excited.
them out of.
I don't get it.
They'll 3D print them. They'll make them out of Legos or whatever. Just gears. Okay. Well, you guys look it up. You'll enjoy it.
I wonder if that can be used somehow to create a new tie-dye technique.
You thought about
Now
that?
you got my attention.
Takes 100 years to make the tie-dye. Everybody's waiting around at year 100 to see what it looks like.
It's actually
No.
it's experimental art.
Ancestors of Jotham have to show up. And
It's
Like
like
a
that
time
dumb
capsule, or
song.
like that egg that you bury and you eat it 100 years later.
The one that there's a song that one note is played
Yeah.
every
Exactly.
fucking 70 years.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did a news story on that.
Oh yeah, Jotham
is
invented that.
Oh yeah, you did that.
Yeah, they
You can do
added
the
like
time-
a new wind,
Yeah.
an organ pipe for the
Like
new
I'm taking
note.
credit for like the actual event.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, I reported on that. Yeah, I'm like that thing.
I'm like that thing.
I'm like you heard me. I'm like that thing.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is adding someone to our actor music list.
Ooh, okay.
There is
Jeremy
a
Renner.
band called Zopa, which is a band in which the guitars and lead vocals are handled by a Mr. Michael Imperioli. You may know him as
yes.
Christopher Moltisanti
Christopher.
Yeah.
from the Sopranos program.
I'm only chipping, T.
So what kind of music is this?
If I had to sum it up, I'd probably say it's
Funk
a little
rock?
something like this.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's a Kurt Cobain sketch.
Is this a demo?
This is the demo.
Ooh, that reverb on the snare.
What year did this come out?
2020.
Really?
No
Oh.
fucking way.
Wow.
During the pandemic.
Okay, so it's like high stakes rock and roll.
Yeah, I guess I'd say it's high stakes rock and roll. I'm trying to find.
They're leaving
singing.
money on the table if they don't put that in the new Sopranos prequel or whatever, the Tony Soprano thing.
All right, so that is
Don't pull a
Zopa.
wad if the heaven allows.
You say don't do what?
Don't pull a wad if the heaven allows.
I don't think that's what he said. I think you're making
I'm pretty
fun.
sure that's what he said.
Pull a wad.
Anyway, so that's Zopa. So we have something else. Unfortunately, it's not on Spotify. It is on Bandcamp, but
It's just
we
a
still
matter
have
of
something
time.
that we can add to our actor list.
Mm.
Who's
Yeah,
on
that's
there? Who's on there?
Who's on the
Oh,
actor
man.
list? I'll tell you. We got
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. on there.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah. Russell Crowe.
He's on there.
40
Yeah.
odd foot of grunts.
Yeah.
What's the dude's name? Jonathan.
Taylor
Lipnicki.
Thomas.
Lipnicki.
No, the dude from no, Adam.
you're
Is it
just-
Adam Goldberg?
Adam Goldberg.
Oh. What about
Scarlett
Jeremy Renner?
Johansson.
Jeremy Renner's
Yeah.
on there, no
Oh,
doubt.
yeah.
No
Oh,
doubt.
yeah. Okay.
You know
we
it.
got Love
Classic,
as a War
classic.
on there. Aidan Gallagher,
Ooh.
Steven
that was
Seagal,
terrible.
Dennis Quaid and the Sharks, Juliet and the Licks. That's Juliet Lewis. Don Johnson, David
Don
Duchovny.
Johnson, yeah. David
The
Duchovny.
the Bacon Brothers.
What did David Duchovny?
What about what
Steve
about
Martin.
cousin Greg from Succession?
Oh,
He came out with a song
wasn't
last
it
year.
like a novelty song? It was about like
Yeah.
maintaining a 6 foot distance.
Yeah, something like that.
This is David Duchovny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I could lay some cable to this.
You go to that cabin, lay a little cable.
1492.
I forgot about 1492. Anyway, so that's pretty much what's been going on. Did you guys want to do a little quiz? I have a quiz planned. It's gonna be right now if you want to. I'll explain it after the theme.
Wait.
Yes,
Can we backtrack 1 second?
please do.
I have to say, as someone, I listened to I didn't look at the time of the last episode, that it was going to be a short one. It was just going to be like Alistair talking.
Oh no.
And I have to say that when your voice came on, my heart dropped. I thought that somebody had died or something. I thought that this was like,
That's why I tried.
show. That's just how I think, though. I'm like, I have that kind of anxiety. So
I feel like I kind of got that impression as it was happening, and I tried to get quickly to the fact that it wasn't a big deal that we missed the show.
You got me out of it because there were like, I don't know, it wasn't that long, but there was a time where I start going in my head like, all right, what do we think happened, and like, what is like, how is Alistair gonna like?
I
break
will
the
tell
news
you,
to us?
if I were going to report some very sad information on the podcast, I probably wouldn't start with the standard theme. I'd do a minor key version.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Something classy like Michael Imperioli.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it was more like, it was more abrupt because you did it, and it was almost like a record scratch. Like, hey guys, just checking it. As you can tell, like the crew's not here, and I'm thinking, oh no, what happened to them all?
There was a
maybe,
bus accident. We lost 3 members of the crew.
I thought Jared got hit by a jouster or something.
No,
Oh,
they accidentally didn't fill that one with macaroni.
I did run out onto the field. Could have.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to
I
get
have-
that off my
hey,
chest.
No,
I have
that's
a second point.
yeah, please.
I vote that we take the break, then do
Yeah, I have to pee.
the quiz,
Okay.
then do news right
That was
after
what I
quiz.
was gonna say.
All right, well, let's do it. We will be right back. Hello. We are back here on Grand National Championships. We are joined tonight by Billy Mays 3, aka Infinite Third.
Yep.
And it is time now for a little bit of
Oh boy. It's time for every human's favorite question and answer fun game. I already knew that a long time ago. With your host, Alistair St. Hill.
That's right. It's time for Name That Song, a quiz that I invented by Alistair St. Hill. We are pulling from the year 2000 Billboard Top 100. I'm going to play some segments of the song, and you are going to chime in and try to name that song.
Okay.
I'm
Chime in
worried
whenever.
about how YouTube is going to react to this. I may have to like cut down the segments of the song in post if YouTube gives me any hassle about it. Sorry, Billy, go ahead.
No, I'm listening, and then I was just asking if we can chime in whenever, or if we have to wait until the clip's over.
As soon as you recognize it,
Okay.
go for it.
Yeah, we prefer to interrupt.
So this may give advantage to anyone. Sometimes the whims of internet lag will leave someone at a disadvantage, and they'll just hear it a little later than someone else. So we're just gonna have to work with what we got.
I'm here to beat Jared, so.
Me
Let's do
too.
this.
Don't worry, Billy. If you're losing near the end, I'll do some stupid shit to make Jared lose.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
All right. We got 15 of these.
You start playing Infinite Third songs.
Deep cuts. All right. Number 1. Let me make sure I'm turned up proper.
Jotham.
Jotham, go.
Creed.
What's the name?
Oh, wait for the say in the song.
Yeah.
You take me higher.
Song is
Can
called
you take me
Higher. by Creed. That one was a gift to Jotham because that's probably one of the few CDs he was allowed to listen to
Definitely had it.
during his high school years because they loved God.
Have you seen that like football game performance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I figured.
Oh, of the national
get
anthem?
No, of higher.
Scott
Scott
the
Stapp,
guy's
like, The
He
floating-
flies.
Yeah,
there's like the bald guy, like he's with the rope, the ribbons.
The
Yeah.
bald guy with the
We're talking about the
ribbon.
same thing.
Yeah. No, that's exactly
blue
what
and
I'm talking
white.
about. Yeah.
yeah.
Moby?
And Scott
You gotta
Stapp's
look it
wearing
up,
like
Alistair,
a
it's great.
Indianapolis jersey or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
it's
favorite
classic.
Scott Stapp.
And there's
thing
like
is-
an interpretive ribbon flyer
Yeah.
really.
being taken higher.
Yeah.
My favorite
Yes.
Scott Stapp thing is the song that he wrote for the Florida Marlins. Marlins will soar.
Yep. I've seen that too. I didn't even think of that.
Look it up on YouTube. It's amazing.
I feel like I
got
didn't even
paid
think
money for
twice when
that.
I first heard that title.
That's like that's like something from Arrested Development or something. All right, number 2.
Okay.
Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of
Billy.
ballers and it-
Billy, go.
Destiny's Child. Jumpin'.
That's right. Jumpin' by
Oh,
Destiny's Child.
yes.
And all you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. Cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping.
Proof.
I need clarification. Billy, I'm going to ask you an impolite question.
Is it how
How
old
are,
is it?
how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
34.
Ooh.
1986.
Jotham, how old are you
Wait,
again?
you're 34?
36, 1984.
36. Oh, you're the youngest player here. All right.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
we're
Okay.
Old men.
So does that give me an advantage or
Born
not?
in
Because I was
1986.
like a freshman or something in
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
20.
don't know if that puts you in the perfect position or like at a disadvantage.
2000 was just like the best ever. In my opinion, I don't know. It's just like Y2K. Like I was scared. My grandma called me. My grandma called me on like at 11:30, and the club was jumping. No. My grandma called me at 11:30 because she knew that I was scared and said, "Hey, just so you know, it's Y2K in Australia already, and nothing happened, so we're good."
Nice. That was a nice
And
thing
I
to
like
do.
calmed down. Yeah.
Aw. What a good grandma.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you need a grandma for.
Mhm.
Those type of calls.
Yeah.
Question
Okay.
3.
Corin.
Billy.
I feel like I heard Corin. Yeah.
That's Corin. That's Corin.
Yeah, that's Carlos Santana featuring Rob Thomas. Smooth.
That's correct. I forgot
Oh,
to-
I didn't even get one.
Yeah, I
I
know,
didn't
sorry.
get my first when I got one right.
And here's Jared's. Question 4.
This thing right here.
Jotham.
Jared.
What?
Cisco, the thong song.
Oh, sorry.
Did no one
I
hear
didn't
my
hear
name
you.
first?
I didn't
I
hear you.
heard Jared, but then
didn't hear
again, right
Jotham,
after I heard Jared, everything like cut out like crazy. And this makes it more exciting because now everyone's tied with 1. All right, Jared.
Thank you.
Question 5.
Billy.
Billy.
3 Doors Down. Superman. Wait, what?
With the steel?
Anybody for the steal?
God damn it, it's not 3 Doors Down.
That's not 3 Doors Down.
Making Billy doubt everything about his life.
I think it is.
I think it
Maybe
is.
it's
Time's up.
not called Superman.
It's a
The
different
song
title.
is called Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, that was like a cliched wrong answer. I'm mad.
It's
about that.
I was gonna say
the
3
wrong
Doors Down,
answer.
Superman too.
Yeah, I thought the
wrong
same
answer.
thing until I put together this playlist.
God.
It's a Mandela effect.
Oh God.
Mandela effect. God damn it.
Do you know how
Exactly,
many?
like what I said.
Do you know how many people I get tagging as a Mandela effect that my dad never actually said? But wait, there's more.
Really?
Because he really didn't. He actually didn't say it that much. It just like became from the memes.
Right.
What would you consider his main catchphrase?
Hi, Billy Mays here.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
He was more. I think he was more of a as an artist. I think he was more of a fan of like. But wait, there's more was like the cliche one.
Yeah.
So he would do like, but I'm not done yet, and like he would try to switch it up. Like that was his like his flair, you know. Anyway, go ahead.
I remember. I just have to say, I remember how much my roommate at the time, Dan, and I, how much our mind was blown the first time we ever saw a commercial featuring your father. Like his intensity shone through the screen.
Like what? Like when it was actually on the air. Like
Yeah.
back in the
yeah,
day.
like
okay.
and like after we saw it, like we were like doing impressions of it for each other, and like not breaking eye contact with the camera, but like mixing up some OxyClean in a bin.
That
Like,
blows my mind.
It's like elevated our blood pressure.
Yeah.
Question 6. Jared.
Christina Aguilera.
He stayed focused.
I forgot that some of
It
these
starts with the title.
Yeah, some of these might start with the title. That will just be those will be easier to answer. Question 7.
Billy.
Billy.
In sync. Bye.
That's correct.
Wow.
Whew. Give me a sound.
Sorry. I
live
forget
for
so
this,
often. Right now, we've got Jared and Billy tied 2-2. Corin and Jotham holding up the back of the pack with 1 each.
How many are in it? How many?
We got
questions?
15 total.
Good question, Billy.
Yes.
We're coming up on question 8 right now. Question 8.
Billy.
Whoa. I feel like I heard Corin's name, but I think maybe.
Oh no.
Yeah, I made my first syllable, but then I held it out. So you can give it to him. Yeah, you can give
This
it to him.
this might be a tag team. I know the artist, but I can't.
Yeah.
It's Macy Gray.
Oh, this could be Billy's first ever sarcastic point if he answers the other half.
Do you know the name of the song, Billy?
Doing the Macy Gray voice.
But like super quiet. Just sing to yourself. Wait, what do you?
Try to walk away and I stumble.
I never
Is
knew
it
the
called
name of this
Stumball?
song. It's yes,
Stumball.
that's correct. Stumball by Macy Gray. Oh, you know what would
Does
make
anybody else want to steal?
You know what would make a
I
good
can't.
clue in a in one of our portmanteau quizzes is a Billy Macy Gray. But it doesn't work because for obvious reasons.
What if you
I
did
didn't know
bad boy rapper and singer of this song? Macy Gray.
Oh, Mace.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go.
I can't believe the things you say.
I didn't know the name of this song. It's called "I Try."
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
Come on.
All right, 2-2 to 1-1. Question 9.
Corin.
Corin.
It's Nelly. Country Grammar.
Parentheses. Hot shit.
Hot shit.
Hot dude.
Hot shit. All right, here we are. Question 10. 2-2 to 2-1.
Billy.
Billy, go.
Eminem, the real Slim Shady.
That's right. You have to stay constantly vigilant.
Yes.
Question 11.
Billy.
Billy, go.
Oh.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Other Side.
Other side. That's right. Oh my God, Billy is breaking out ahead.
And then Jared's kind of our Red Hot Chili Peppers guy, so I'm surprised he didn't get that.
Y'all decided I was the Red Hot Chili Peppers guy. I haven't.
You won that title fair and square.
I wasn't trying to. Damn it.
I know. It was effortless.
Do you see the way that Jotham picks away at your confidence? Question 12.
Jared. Shake Your Ass by Mystical.
Shake Ya Ass, indeed. Jared now has
Watch
3.
yourself.
Second to Billy's 4, Corin with 2, and Jotham with 1. We get into the last 3 questions. I wonder if they'll become weighted with more points as we get closer to the final question.
Undoubtedly.
Jared, go.
Jennifer Lopez, Waiting for Tonight.
Waiting for Tonight.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
You will be here in my arms. You think that was about Ben
sultry.
Affleck?
It must have been.
Yeah.
Every song is.
Question 14.
Oh no.
Jared,
go.
Robbie Williams, Rock Your Body. Oh, did I not get it? Oh, God. Oh, no, I know it. Rock DJ. God damn it.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. But he did strategically swat the ball out of play so no one else could steal with the correct answer.
Yes. Yeah, I see how it is. I
like
get it now. I get it.
If I can't have it, no one can.
All right. Jared and Billy are tied 4-4.
Oh, man.
Corin
No
with
need to
2,
wait it.
Jotham with 1. Final question, worth 5 points.
Oh, come on.
The fuck is this?
What the hell, man?
Now what the hell? What in tarnation?
Are you guys telling me I have to go back and find a tiebreaker?
Hold on.
Leanne Rhymes or some shit.
Yeah.
I love the way you love.
I
Is
shaved
that
my
it?
legs for this?
That's Shania?
Can't believe the things you say.
I gave you credit for saying it's Leanne Rhymes or some shit. It's not. It's Faith Hill, but the song is right. The Way You Love Me. But I'll find another song from the 2000 Billboard Top 100. At some point.
Leanne Rhymes.
Or some shit.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Man,
Faith Hill.
I already picked the best ones. Oh, here we go.
Corin.
Jared.
Corin, go.
Train, Drops of Jupiter.
Jotham.
What?
Jotham,
go.
Train, Meet Virginia.
Oh,
Jotham
Yeah, okay.
with the come from behind victory. 5 points for the last question. He wins 6 to
Not
4
on my watch.
to 4 to 2.
See how that
Billy-
feels, Billy?
Billy
See
gets
how
a
that
chance.
feels?
Jared down. I took him down with me. That's what I did.
You were the anchor on Jared's
He would have
leg.
been way ahead. He would have been more than 5 points ahead.
that's true.
Yeah, you were the spoiler.
Yeah. That was the only reason I came here.
Meet Virginia.
Thank you.
Well, guys, that was a great round of Name That Song. And Jotham, another great champion.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Another
well
great
deserved.
champion.
Feels
Do
good.
you guys want to see if there's any like news? Well, Jotham, the champion, will start.
Oh, nothing in the news this week, it turns out.
Oh, okay, Corin, anything in the news?
Yeah. Robotic thumb is an extra appendage that rewires users' brains. Although it isn't common to see yet, somebody walking around with extra robotic appendages, it may soon change. Numerous researchers are working on robotic limbs that augment the human body, including a bunch of prototypes that focus on the hand. This is
Like a robotic Grinch finger.
like a Grinch finger.
Delta 8.
The researchers at University College of London created a third thumb, which also has a knack for rewiring.
I thought they were talking
people's
about on one hand. What the fuck? I slept through the second one.
Yeah, where does it come out of your chest?
Terrible.
Chin thumbs.
The New Scientist reported the third thumb, which prosthetics designer Danny Claude, C-L-O-D-E.
Hold on a second. You're quoting New Scientist. Do you remember when
New Science?
Yeah, New Scientist versus Science Magazine, and you said New Scientist sounded like it was like some weird culty thing.
Yeah.
Well, now you're
still
quoting it
does.
for your story.
Well, get ready. There's a cult involved.
Okay.
About third thumbs. And now I'm looking over here because my screens have changed. Because you're over here when you're talking to me. Danny Claude, developer, developed a third thumb for her master's project 4 years ago. The prototype
Whose
is several
project?
The Master's Project. The New Scientist Master's Project. The prototype is several years old. Claude and her colleagues, I'm going to say it different each time, have performed several new experiments using the third thumb, experiments they outlined in a new study. There's a video that shows that the test they performed, they gave the third thumb to 36 participants to use for 5 days. In the lab, they had the participants learn how to use the robo appendage in a series of simple tasks such as playing Jenga, building block towers, opening bottles, and stirring things. This participants were all able to adapt to using it.
So it's not like it turned them into like superhumans, like they had to deal with this burden. Like, can you get over being given extra fingers? So
it turns out, yes. The answer is everybody can deal with this very easily. And when they did like a CAT scan or MRI of the brain, they found that the place in the brain that controls the motor function of the fingers had changed shape and to accommodate like the extra appendage. And people had come to use it like without thinking. Essentially, it was like another part of them.
Did their eyes flash and they ascended? Like they opened up a new part of their brain with an extra thumb.
Well, it's funny too because it's not controlled just via like neural pathways. It's controlled by two buttons that are in your shoes under your big toes.
Inspector Gadget ass does this.
So you just push those buttons.
Go Gadget, third thumb.
Yeah, it moves. It moves on like
on
the
far
up
side.
and down angle and the closing angle.
Is it on the other side of the hand, opposite the other thumb?
Opposite? Yeah, exactly. It's on
hold
like right over
two
here.
joints, two different joints at once. Delta 8 in one, and then just switch them back and forth.
Wait, but so they have to be wearing these shoes? Or
There's
else
like
they-
a wire. Yeah,
special
there's
kicks.
little wireless controllers that hook up to like a motor thing on their arm that controls like just a rudimentary thumb shape, and that's controlled via wires.
Do they?
But it still rewrote their brain to accommodate for a new appendage.
That's very interesting. We could all probably benefit from an extra thumb or two. Think about how tight you could grip that La Croix.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd
How
crack
loud
it.
you could clap, or like win any arm wrestling.
boom!
How loud you can clap.
Blow the windows out in your house with one. Wow.
I'm trying to think of like what I would use mine for first. I mean, or second. What would I use second?
Heyo.
Going to the cabin.
I got just the place for this extra thumb.
stays there. You leave it there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh damn it! Like now I don't have that thumb anymore because I had to leave it at the cabin. Like it was
That's where this
fine,
experiment
so-
happens. They send you to the cabin with where the thumb is.
A big pile of them in the
What
corner.
happens in the cabin? The thumb stays in the cabin.
Anyway,
It's like, have you ever seen your cell phone in your dreams?
I've
No.
seen that
Where
idea
it's like-
proposed.
Your body thinks it's just like part of you. Like I've had dreams where I'll be
Weird.
like in an app or texting, but my phone is never there. It's just happening like in my mind. It's like your brain thinks that it's part of you.
Yeah.
It's just like part of it, I guess.
Wow.
That was one of those things that when I read it, I was like, oh man, like we are in a simulation. It's a very Matrixy thought.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess that was implied. Corin, is that the end of your story?
That's the end.
Jared, what's in the news?
A British drug dealer's prolific life of crime was brought to a screeching halt by a mortal weakness, his love for Stilton cheese. Carl Stewart, 39, of Gem Street, Liverpool, has been sentenced to 13 years and 6 months in prison after he pleaded guilty to supply cocaine, heroin, MDMA, and ketamine, as well as transferring criminal property. He had shared an image of his hand holding a fat, creamy block of M&S mature blue Stilton cheese on the encrypted messaging service EncroChat, from which the police analyzed his fingerprints.
Wait, but he was just freehanding it?
He was holding a block of cheese and like taking a picture in a store. Yeah,
That's what I said. Freehanding.
Freehanding it. Yes. I mean, it's still wrapped. It's not like, you know, he wasn't like about to go eat it or anything.
Yeah, he wasn't raw freehanding.
He wasn't raw dogging the Stilton.
I did not say that. See, Billy, that's where the line is.
That's just too far. Too far.
Yeah. Well.
He didn't. EncroChat is apparently like some criminal chat system that criminals use to deal drugs, put hits out on
dark
people.
web.
But the police
cracked it like a year ago and have started making arrests. But yeah, if they
How do they get the
identified him
fingerprints
by
off
his
the
fingerprints off the picture,
on the
high res picture that he took on
So
his camera,
they
a
enhanced,
close up of his hand,
and then
yeah,
they enhanced
it
again.
They enhanced it.
It's like how at some point they'll have the technology to, well, I think they can kind of do it now. You know, if you depending on how good an image you got, but you take a picture of like a record, you could play the sound
grooves.
from the record
Yeah.
by analyzing the grooves. It's just like that with those fingerprints. You know, analyze the grooves. Analyze your. Hey, be quiet. Let me just say it. Analyze the grooves in case anybody wants to get a sample.
So, Corin, I obviously I was thinking of you when the Stilton
Bandit.
So, is it worth it? Do you think it was worth it in the end? Are you a fan of the Stilton?
Yeah,
Oh,
Stilton's
man,
great, man.
Stilton's
He's
great.
getting it so close to the source too. He's already in England, the UK.
Right off the bone.
I straight off the bone. I feel for him, you know, like it's an addiction. It's a hard thing to give up, and it was his mortal weakness, and
Got 13 years for it.
paid the price.
Damn.
I hope they have a good cheese selection.
In hell. That's been the news. All right. And Jotham, you were telling the truth. There's been no news.
Nothing.
Okay, just making.
I checked.
I was just making sure that you really didn't have any news. 2 weeks, Jotham, you don't have any news? I'm
Is
just
that
kidding.
true?
What do you say? No, we haven't done a show in 2 weeks.
No, but
Then
he
it is
didn't
true.
Such an agreeable
He's
guy.
always zigging when I think he's gonna zag. All right, it's time for the Spotify playlist. The only things I have on my Spotify playlist are those sweet tracks from the 2000 Billboard Top 100. So I'm gonna have to get my affairs in order. So let's go to the next person on the list. Jotham, what is on your playlist?
If you are following along, Alistair, it's the very bottom of my list.
Okay.
But these are songs that I've just played a bunch of times over the years. So these are Jotham classics. 2 by Davila 666. I Think I'm in Love by Spiritualized. TBI by The Stooges. Color Television by Eddie Current Suppression Ring. Shaking Hand by Women. And There But for the Grace of God by The Gories.
I thought you were going to mention a seventh song too. I see you've got M.E. by Gary Newman on there.
And that was a runner-up. I have played it on the show before. It's a great track. I did listen to it after I put it on there, and it still slaps.
That's the one that is sampled by Basement Jacks. For what's the name of that song? Keep. Where's your head at? Where's your head
Yeah,
at?
look it up.
Remember know that song?
Is your head?
Where's your head
That one?
at? Yeah, exactly. Billy knows that song.
Yeah.
Jared, what's on your playlist?
I'm mostly carrying over my picks from last time since it wasn't posted for whatever reason. So I have
Burn.
Isn't Everyone, the new Health and Nine Inch Nails collab. Newest one of the new Dogjoy singles, Lil Candy Rider. A new Chew remix of the song T and Doe called Planet Earth has been, I can't remember the rest. I can't
Been
remember the rest of it.
recycled.
It's been recycled. That's it.
The Jamie McDaniel remix.
Correct. The brand new, it wasn't on Spotify when I went to look last, but now it's the newest Nervous Girl song, Transmission, and Hag Me by the Melvins, and a song by Bulb, who's the guitarist for Periphery. He released a bunch of information, a bunch of old tracks, and it's called Halfway to Infinity.
All right. Corin, what are we listening to?
During our break, I didn't celebrate, but it was the anniversary of my father's passing, so I decided to pick 6 songs from Charles Atchison's playlist.
Nice.
We've got Jessica by the Allman Brothers, Sitting on Top of the World by Cream, Wipeout by the Surfaris, because that was his show-off song when he used to play drums out and about. For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield, which is like the first song that I remember hearing him play in some dingy bar in Gulfport. And Caledonia by B.B. King, and Time Check by Buddy Rich, because that was his favorite drummer.
Nice. Today is the anniversary?
No, it was during the break during our 2 weeks off.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the break when we were like going to the bathroom and stuff. Okay.
During the break, I celebrated while you guys weren't looking.
I lit a candle.
That's what I thought you meant, honestly. I was like, that's kind of cool. Well,
And
here's to him.
Billy Mays 3.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
What is on your playlist, which will be at the top
your
of the
moment.
list ever since
I get to be at the top?
Ever since Prince Midnight shamed me for putting his playlist at the bottom because it was so crazy. So ever since then, I've made a point. The guest always goes right to the top of the list there.
I mean, he had a point, I guess. But
Yeah,
Absolutely. It was a very rude
every
thing
week.
I did.
yeah. A lot like Diplo, you were being,
Yeah. He had to put
Okay,
me in my place, Diplo style.
All right. So I got brand new single from Zeal and Ardor. If you're familiar with them.
Zeal and
called
Ardor.
Run. Yeah. They're like kind of they did an awesome album that's like slave music, but the concept is that what if the slaves had embraced Satan instead of like Christianity or like, Jesus? And then it kind of becomes like this uprising because they're like,
That's heavy concept.
Hell
it's
yeah.
great. Yeah, no, they have a song called Devil Is Fine. That was like their first song. It's really good. And it's like, I don't know. I won't explain it. But next, just a filthy song. Humanity's Last Breath is the band. And it's called Earthless. And it's just like a heavy, heavy song. And then a Belgian band called Brutus. The song is called Cemetery. The drummer is the singer. They're just a great band. Emma Ruth Rundle, Dark Horse, one of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite bands ever, Mogwai, from their new album, Richie Sacramento, which is like one of their vocally songs. It's like a really simple song, but I like when they do that.
Right on. Is this representative of a lot of stuff you've been into of late?
Yeah, I've listened to like so much heaviness right now. Just me
What's
like with a little baby like smiling and laughing, and it's just like filthy like grindy black metal.
What's your musical production been like lately? Have you been finding the time to do some writing and some playing in your home?
Man, no, with the move mainly, but we got on a nice schedule now of like my work days. I get like full work days now where my partner is the parent on some days, and then we switch off like Mondays and Wednesdays, Tuesday and Thursday, and it's been great. But you can see behind me, that's my green screen. Like my whole music setup is right there.
Oh, right on.
I'm getting ready to return to my Twitch channel like with a really serious like green
Nice.
screen like layout and stuff.
Do I see
It's-
a square, newer 40-watt light there behind you?
Wait, right there. Wait,
In the back. Oh, yeah, that's the one.
yeah, I have two of them. I'm beaming one at the wall, kind of to get like a little bit of light. Yep, got that, and I got a stand-up desk. So I'm like, all the pieces are here, but I have not produced anything or made anything in like months.
Who's ready to rock ergonomically?
Yes.
Join me at my standing desk.
I got like a pad, like
The
so my
standing
feet
pad,
don't- I
and
got
for
one of
your
those.
lower back.
Yeah. Right now I'm on a bouncing ball. I'm on a
Oh,
exercise
really?
ball.
Yoga
Nice.
ball.
Take
That's
care
why
of
I get
yourself,
excited
man.
like that.
You only get one body.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be doing Friday nights starting in June, Twitch stream, 8 p.m. to 11. It's going to be like interactive and playing music and stuff, but I also like sometimes show videos or whatever.
What's the best place for people to be reminded of your goings on?
I don't know. Twitter, Infinite Third, at Infinite Third, THIRD. Yeah, that's probably the place that I'm the most active. And yeah, twitch.tv/Infinite Third, pretty much Infinite Third anywhere.
Right on.
And yeah, that's my thing. Trying to like not play shows yet, but stream pretty heavily for the next couple months before I play shows again.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, it's been wonderful having you here. It's great to see you. Great to talk to you.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Beard's
Yeah, thank
looking
you for having
mighty.
me. Thanks. Yeah, there's a barber shop like at the end of my block. Like literally, it's the next
They're
building
just like-
over. I'm gonna
they're
go
just
in there.
watching you like, oh,
Yeah, they do. I'm gonna see if they'll do like a shave and then like a beard trim.
Nah, man, just keep it going. Just go. Just
Yeah,
let it
you're
go.
right. Wait, Alistair, you didn't do your songs, did you?
No, I don't have any. I don't have them
Oh.
ready. Like I said, the only prep I did was
Wow.
getting all those songs together from the 2000
yeah.
Billboard.
It's a good playlist.
I'm
It is a
offended
good
that you're not
playlist.
doing songs on mine though. When I'm here.
No, I will do songs, but
No, like
they won't.
here,
yeah,
now.
Yeah, here and now.
I thought you were gonna like, give Easter eggs for my.
Well, okay, I'll tell you
appearance
what.
or
I'll just say right quick. I'll put stuff that I've been listening to in the past few days. I'm going to put something from
Okay,
Jeff
yeah, yeah.
Parker's
I wanna hear-
album.
I need this. Yeah.
Sweet for Max Brown. I'll play something off the Boy Genius album, probably Ketchum, Idaho. Beautiful song. I'll play some Noi. I'll play a song off the new J. Cole.
Nice.
And I'll play a Fu Manchu song, which I was turned on to by Vinny this past weekend. I've never listened to Fu Manchu, but I think maybe they might be the best band ever. So I think that'll be my list. How's that?
All right, thanks for doing that. Thank you for
Off
doing
the
that.
dome. Anyone else have anything to wrap up with?
I would like to say that people should like and subscribe, rate and review on all the apps and websites. Helps us grow our listenership.
And share it with everybody you know.
Keep on
Keep on
trucking.
trucking. Oh, nice.
All right.
Nice.
So for Corin
Clean.
Atchison and Jared McLeod and
go.
Jotham Fady and our friend Billy Mays III. Good night. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Have a great.
I just always wanted to do that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh wow! Everyone actually leaves at that moment.
Now we just leave. Bye.
Oh my god! I didn't know. That changes the whole dynamic. All right. Well,
See you, dude. Great talking to you.
thanks.
Bye.
Good to see you. Bye.